All right, we're live. What's up? Welcome. How's it going, chat? How is it going? This is the Overexposed Show. I'm Eddie, aka Dancing Eddie. We're back every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We're rocking and rolling today. We got plenty to chat about. Plenty to chat about. All right, let me make sure that things are all good and gravy. All right, that is good to go. So pump is live and pinned properly. Let's see. Okay. And my profile, I am live on my profile. That's fantastic. That is absolutely spectacular. Let's go ahead and pin that. Yup, right up top. Okay. And all right, great. We're good to go. All right. So we got plenty to talk about today. I will start off with this. We got big news. We got big news. We are finally, for the first time, posting to Instagram. Whoa. Today, my first reel went live. The reason why that's so crazy for me is because I am posting to like my personal account that I've been using for 13, maybe 14 years at this point. I have like friends from grade school that are going to see some of these posts. And, you know, I was thinking about it and I was like, man, I don't know if I want them to see some of this stuff. But then I was also at the same time like, do I really care that much? Like at some point, it is what it is. This is my Instagram. This is just me on a camera yapping away. Like it, unfollow. I don't care. So sure. So I finally posted on Instagram at Eddie Kale, at EDDIEKAYAL. You can follow the account and say hello on my Instagram if you so wish. If you so wish. So that's it. All right, we're going to hop into things. Take a sip of this coffee. GameStop with an unbelievable tweet this past week. This here is not Lara Croft. So Amazon has revealed a first look at Sophie Turner as Lara Croft in the new Prime Video Tomb Raider series. I gotta say, I love Lara Croft. I love Sophie Turner. I think she's unbelievable. She's probably a fantastic fit for this role. However, there's one thing that's missing from this image that we know that this is not Lara Croft. There is like a very key distinctive feature that Sophie Turner, she's great. I love her. But like I mean, it's pretty it's like it's just so funny, dude. Oh my, wow, Pedro. Yeah, like that. Yeah. See, this is a premier level GameStop post. This is about as good as it gets. This is Lara Croft. Oh my god. You know what's great about this, by the way? They were limited, right? Like when they were making these games, they were limited in the amount of polygons that they had, right? Like you can't actually use that many polygons when creating some of these characters. And they chose very distinctly what polygon they were going to use. We need a triangle. We need a pyramid. And we need it now. Actually, it's not a pyramid. What is a... It's a triangular prism. That's what it's called. We need a triangular prism, and we need it now. It's so ridiculous. Oh, man. That's great. That's great. God bless GameStop. Kind of on a base streak, I got to say. Their marketing, GameStop's marketing for the last 2 months has been on point. Cannot complain. Kind of nailed it. All right, we're going to keep things rolling. Yeah, I think this is probably good. By the way, Chris, I'm hearing some feedback. Okay. So Tom Lee runs BMR? No, Bitmine. Well, Bitmine, but what is it called? BMNR, I think. Let me check. Let me make sure in this. BMNR, I think that's Bitminer. Yes, BMNR. Okay. So Tom Lee runs BMNR, okay, Bitmine Immersion Technologies, and they've unveiled that they're they're doing a $200 million investment into Mr. Beast. Like, holy crap. So BMNR is basically like this. They're effectively a DAT. They're a digital asset treasury company at this point, effectively, where they just buy a lot of Ethereum. Their entire business model is we're just going to buy Ethereum, bull post Ethereum, be as bullish as possible, and hope that it goes up. And if it goes up, we all get rich, right? Like if the price of Ethereum goes up and you buy BMNR, everyone gets rich. That's the idea. It is one of the more questionable strategies to come out of crypto, but it's also kind of worked with MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor and Bitcoin. So maybe. But Tom Lee has taken a significant chunk of the money that they have in their treasury and decided not to buy Ethereum with it, but rather to invest in Mr. Beast. Hearing some mixed opinions on this, right? On one hand, I've got some friends of mine that think that this is actually low-key 5D, maybe 8D chess. Like, this is brilliant tactical move because Mr. Beast is actually just the GOAT of YouTube. He's just the GOAT of YouTube, for sure. And also for other, like, he's huge on basically every social. So if you want marketing, there are a few people on the planet that are better at it than this guy right here. There's very few people that can do what Mr. Beast does and get the attention that he has, right? And there's very few people that can make a brand new chocolate bar to compete with Hershey's just off of his distribution alone. Now, the idea here is, okay, if we're talking about Ethereum, which is a financial thing, and Mr. Beast has actually quite a bit of experience in DeFi, or at least he knows decently about crypto. Maybe he's looking to run up his own thing, spin it up on Ethereum, and just have, I don't know, maybe like retirement accounts of some kind that he markets to kids or young adults, whatever, like how to start your financial life off on the right foot, and runs through Ethereum. Ethereum somehow captures some of that flow, some of that value, and there you go. Like that $200 million invested into Mr. Beast to get Mr. Beast to basically shill Ethereum. Maybe it's the play. But on the other hand, dude, Tom Lee, I just can't get over him. He just makes me so uneasy. Like, Tom Lee, okay? Let's see. Yeah, see, like, Tom Lee said Bitcoin is going to 180,000 in the next 15 days. Is that actually what he said?
I think crypto prices are beginning to actually recover.
Okay.
That's why I think Bitcoin can double from here by the end of January. Now, many people don't expect it because of the 4-year cycle.
Okay. Jesus Christ. My guy, what are we saying? I thought that there was no shot. I thought that there was no shot that this was accurate.
I think crypto prices are beginning to actually recover.
Okay, sure.
That's why
sure.
I think Bitcoin can double from here by the end of January. Now, many people don't expect it because of the 4-year cycle.
No one expects it because it's not going to happen, dude. No, like there's no way. There's no way that happens. It's not going to happen. At this point, this was what, like 3 days ago. At this point, we got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks until the end of January. It's not going to double in 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh. I almost spit out my coffee. What? This guy's the bull poster for Ethereum? You got to be like kind of tangibly within the problem. The way that you bull post, okay, is not this. You don't just say high numbers and say it's going there immediately. You have to say reasonably high numbers and say it's going to get there for sure over X period of time. And then you put like way higher targets on an indeterminate period of time. Or at least like on a period of time that people are going to forget. You say, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to $1 million in the next 5 years. I mean, you could say that and get away with it. People are going to say, hey, Bitcoin could go to $1 million. That's the 10x from here within 5 years. I'll believe that. But you're going to say Bitcoin's going to double in 2 weeks. And then in 2 weeks, when you're invalidated, people are like, oh, this guy just talks out of his ass. Like, I don't believe anything he says. See, like there's an art form to bull posting. There's a way to do it right. There's a way to set targets that are unachievable, but like to set them high enough, but within a believable range, right? Like on Zcash, the number was it's going to 1,000. It's going to 1,000. And it got to 700 because people kept saying it was going to 1,000. But then it's not going to go much higher than 700. They probably should pick like $1,800, something like that. Anyway, that's the problem. Like you set a high bar and then you try and get within the range of that bar so it looks at least tantalizing. 2x on Bitcoin in 2 weeks is just so out of range and is going to be invalidated and makes everyone lose all trust in this guy. And that's the guy that's running like the biggest Ethereum bull posting stock on the planet. And it's just like, on one hand, I got to say the Mr. Beast thing, very interesting. Maybe it's a brilliant move. But on the other hand, I just don't trust this guy with $1. I just don't. That's unbelievable. I actually almost spit out my coffee. That was ridiculous. Wow. Insane. All right, let's get back to things. Holy crap. I'm shook. I am shook. All right, we're going to keep on the crypto stuff for a second. Nice. Nice coffee. So the other day, Solana had this wild and weird kind of post that they put out where they were like, Starknet has 8 daily active users, 10 daily transactions, and still somehow has a $1 billion market cap and 15 billion fully diluted value. Ha! Send it to 0. And then is bull posting it like the next day. The very next day. They list it, whatever that means. They listed it on Solana. I don't know. I don't think that's really like you just here, literally right here, you are completely dunking on the coin saying it's uninvestable and then trying to sell it to me within 24 hours. Like I get the concept of getting attention, but this is exactly why I would never trade it. Like this is exactly why I would never trade Starknet. Until this changes. This is not bullish. And somehow someone at Starknet, like multiple people clearly, signed off on this. It doesn't benefit Solana because I'm now not going to trade Stark. Like I have no incentive to trade this. It's kind of a joke. I don't feel like, I feel like Solana doesn't take any of these other tokens even moderately seriously because of the way that they posted about this. And I mean, it benefits Solana in the sense that it's listed, right? But teams are literally cucking themselves for perceived distribution. It's like, what are we doing here? It's just kind of like gross, dude. This is the kind of thing that happens when you have people on marketing or people on teams that just have to do something because it's their job, right? Like they have to like report that they did something for that week. So they decided, oh, we just engaged in a marketing campaign with the Solana Foundation. Wow. What's the marketing campaign? We pretend like we suck. What? What? Oh, dude. It's just weird. It's very bizarre. Very bizarre behavior. We'll keep going. I gotta say, the White House is on someone. Like, this is Homeland Security. The White House account is like this. They basically, the Trump admin just put a bunch of Zoomers on the socials. I mean, they're great with memes. Like, these are great memes. Your meds, schizo. Like, jeez. But also, I would like a little bit more professionalism out of the, out of the American government accounts, official ones. Hear me out. Hear me out. Just a little bit of professionalism would be nice. Although, dude, like that's crazy. That oh my god. Can't even scroll. Can't even scroll on this godforsaken app, dude. Can't even scroll on this godforsaken app. Do not send that one to the clips. Wow, that's tough. All right, we're gonna get off this off that tweet. Jesus Christ. Oh, tough. Tough. Ridiculous. Anyway, what else we got? That was crazy. Trump, it's been coming out for the better part. It's been coming out for the better part of the last, I don't know, 3 months or so, 4 months or so, that Trump was actually pretty miffed that he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize and it went to Maria Corina Machado of Venezuela. So apparently he met her and convinced her, or according to this truth, that she just kind of unilaterally handed over, but convinced her to give him the Peace Prize. So she gave him the prize. Apparently there was reports that they didn't really want to work with her or her side after the Venezuela, effectively we stole Nicolas Maduro. How as crazy as that was, because in part because Trump is apparently not happy with Maria because she accepted the Nobel Peace Prize instead of deferring it to him. And now he met her and she gave him the prize. I'm like almost at a loss for words with how ridiculous this is. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have another clip on this. I'm going to just take a gander. See, yeah, I do have it. You got to listen. Trump has this obsession with the Peace Prize. It's actually wildly fascinating.
Donald, I know it's very early in the morning for you.
So they're calling him at what, like 3, 4 in the morning, all right? Because let's see.
I'm sorry to call at that time.
This is May 10th.
2 minutes with Zelensky, Starmer, and Merz. It's okay for you?
Yeah, go ahead. What's going on?
Because he accepted what you proposed on your message, meaning a ceasefire for 30 days and so on. So he's ready to announce.
Listen.
Also?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Oh, good. Nobel Prize for this.
So this is from May 10th. He's like, hey, where's my Peace Prize? And apparently, just the other day, we're finding it. And apparently, just the other day, he actually spoke with Maria Corina Machado and got it. So he convinced her in some way, probably politically, to be like, we'll help you out. But where's my prize? Like, what? Oh my gosh, dude. It is actually just reality TV. It's like, this is our government these days. Unbelievable comedy. But at least it's entertaining, right? At least it's entertaining. Oh, wow. Let's see. We got to talk about this. I need to actually look into this for a second, though. Where is this filing pulled from? Okay. Case. Let's see. So this is case. I'm going to look this up. See if I could actually find this case right now. Case 424-CV-04722-YGR. Okay. Filed. Yeah, this is filed recently. Must be Altman. Okay. Okie dokie. Found it. Which one? What's the most recent filing? It's on Court Listener. All the way to the bottom. Oh, wow. There's a lot of filings. There are a lot of filings in this one. Oh, my goodness. Let's keep going. Yeah, this one's from January 15th. So what was filed on January 15th? I want to know what kind of filing this was part of. Order denying OpenAI defendant's motion for summary judgment. Granted. Oh. Okay. That's what this is. This is a denying. Okay. That's why this is so important. So on January 15th, a court denied OpenAI summary judgment against Elon Musk, saying that they're taking it to trial. They're taking it to trial. Elon Musk is taking Sam Altman to trial. This Signal is right. This is going to make a lot of people look greedy and very ugly. This is not great for OpenAI. OpenAI has been embattled in a legal situation against Elon Musk, and I don't know all the specifics, but the gist of it, as far as I'm aware, is Elon Musk was one of the initial members, like the initial founding members of OpenAI, back when it was a nonprofit. That was like part of the idea was that they were going to create this open source intelligence and then just give it to the world because they thought this is really important data, this is really important software that we have to build and we have to just make it available to the world. And in the process, some way or another, they realized this is going to cost a lot of money. Like AI costs a lot of money to run. And then beyond that, maybe we could also get rich in the process and make a lot of people get rich in the process. Like, why are we doing this open? Like, why is this public when we could ourselves and our investors and our friends all get rich out of our minds and create great software for the world? Apparently, somewhere or another, Elon either got screwed or at least didn't like that whole idea, sued him, began the suit in 2024. And on January 15th, an order came out saying that basically, to define it in, like easier terms, an order came out on January 15th that Sam Altman and OpenAI do not just win outright. They actually have to go to trial. They could settle. They still can settle between now and trial. But I think this actually goes to trial. And if this goes to trial, one thing about lawsuits is that once you get out of the lawsuit phase, once you get out of the complaint, some negotiations, and once you get to trial, you actually don't know. Like, you can make good educated guesses as to what's going to happen at trial. You can kind of have some expectations that, well, if we say this, the jury will probably react in this way. These are professionals. These are excellent attorneys that are at work, at battle, really, and know what they're doing. The problem is you've got the jury, and they could just decide however they feel. And you're leaving the decision, the fate of your company in the hand of a jury. And you don't know who's getting picked for that jury. And you don't know how they feel about you. And especially about two of the most publicly controversial individuals and companies on the planet. This is like, because, okay, on one hand, right, if you have a big corporation against, the little guy, oftentimes juries tend to side with the little guy. It's like an empathetic response. But when you have one mega corporation that X number of people hate and another mega corporation that Y number of people hate, and there's a lot of crossover of the hate, and they're both super public, this is real. Like, a lot of people are going to look really bad here. This is crazy. So the OpenAI team turned OpenAI from a nonprofit to a for-profit in a very questionable series of events, because it was like, what's the whole point of a nonprofit if you were just going to change it into a for-profit and make some? I think they, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they may have actually made some of the people who were initial donors, right, or contributors to the nonprofit, shareholders in the eventual profit, which is like, what's going on there? Or at least gave them priority access to initial rounds. That's bizarre. That's very interesting. I can't see us turning it. Let's see. Brockman. Let me see. Which Brockman are they referring to? Brockman, OpenAI. Greg Brockman, the president of OpenAI. Okay, let me just pull this up. Yeah, so they're referring to Greg Brockman, the president of OpenAI. Greg Brockman said, can't see us turning this into a for-profit without a very nasty fight. I'm just thinking about The Office, and we're in The Office. And his story will correctly be that we weren't honest with him in the end about still wanting to do the for-profit just without him. Yeah, this does not look good for a company that's trying to build a pro-human software. This looks as corporate greed as it's ever looked. I mean, you know what's crazy? They made the whole movie about Facebook, right? They what's the name of the social? What's it called? The social media. What's the movie about Zuckerberg? Movie about Zuckerberg. The Social Network. They made The Social Network a movie about Mark Zuckerberg because Meta was super dramatic early on. Facebook really was super dramatic early on. There's a lot of story there, plenty to write about, made for great Hollywood movies. What's happening right now and over the last 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years at OpenAI has been actually borderline absurd. And I think whatever movie they make will get 5 to 10x the box office turnout that the social media, like whatever, the Zuckerberg movie got. It's not even close. Like, there are some crazy things going on at OpenAI. Tucker Carlson accused Sam Altman to his face. It wasn't an official accusation, but he definitely made some pretty strong insinuations that he had someone taken out. Like, genuinely taken out. And you can look into the story, and it's a little sus. And there are some really wild stories out of OpenAI. Look at Sam Altman's sister. Look into what happened with the OpenAI board and how he got fired and kind of rehired within like a week. Weird stuff is going on at OpenAI, and this is supposed to be one of the single most important companies on the planet for the next 50 years, 100 years, reshaping the future of humanity with AGI. I think that this lawsuit is one of the most important pieces of judicial text that we're going to be getting an answer from. Hopefully, I actually want an answer. I would love to see a court answer on this and not just an out-of-court settlement. I'd like to see a court answer. Give this thing a year. This is critical. What else we got? We'll skip on that. Maybe we'll come back. What was this about? Maybe I laughed at this.
Problem, I see food and eat it. Okay.
Shut the hell up, Gingy. Looking.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? There was not much to talk about there. That's just, I love that guy. I love Peanut. Fantastic. Oh, jeez. You know, I could comment on this. I'll refrain. Let's see what else we got. No, don't want to talk about that. This one's nuts. Speaking of insane AI law situations, this guy, Shiloh Marks, used an AI software to file a lawsuit, and it worked. It won, actually filed the lawsuit, and it was written well enough, and at least seemingly convincingly enough, that they actually responded and gave the records that he'd asked for and then apologized. The guy needed it. I mean, he can't spell apologize. He needed the AI's help. But it worked. Like, people are actually filing lawsuits effectively with AI. As someone that's taking the bar in about 7 months and looking to be a lawyer by the end of this year, that is fascinating. That is a fascinating thing that's happening right now that definitely directly impacts what my job will look like in a few months. Huh. But this is fascinating. Like, you can actually file lawsuits with AI effectively. Which, by the way, that's one of the other funny things about law is that sometimes you really don't need to do like anything. You could just write a well-worded complaint And it doesn't even need to be an actual complaint. It could just be like a letter that looks legit. And you could get done whatever you're looking for. Because you went one step more than the average person would go. And that actually can be pretty effective. But this is crazy. Verified petition for writ of mandate and declaratory and injunctive relief under the California Public Records Act. I wonder if it cites law. It does. California Public Records Act, CPRA. I would look for this. I don't feel like it. I might have to pay to like pull this data. But wow. I can't. It's just like, dude, people are actually using AI to file genuine lawsuits, and it's working. Yeah, I mean, when was this one filed? Oh, recently. Pro se plaintiff, so a plaintiff representing themselves, who cited numerous cases that appeared to have been falsely generated by AI, ordered to pay $66,000 in attorney fees. Yeah, I gotta say, that is the one problem. That's the one problem. I wouldn't get a little too reckless with this because it's still not good enough. It is still not good enough. And a lot of AIs genuinely all the time hallucinate, make up garbage, fake lawsuits. There's a reason why legal professors, like law school professors, speaking as someone in law school, oftentimes make fun of AI and just say, like, don't use it. It's not even good. I'll tell you this, it's quite good. It's just you need to check its work because wow, that is tough. That is tough. So I wouldn't rely on Grok to solve your legal problems, but this is just to show people have tried it and it's starting to work. Wild. What else we got? Oh, this was just cool. I got mentioned in the Nikita saying he needs he needs a vacation because I called him out on the stream for killing CT. That was fun. That was fun. Oh, what's up? You can see. Oh, dude, I'm just seeing the comment now. What's up, dude? Good to see you. If you're still tuned in, I'm glad to see you, dude. I hope you're doing well. We're vibing, rocking and rolling. Genuinely good to see you, man. Let's see. Did he Nebulous Nub? Nebulous Nub. What's good, my guy? What is good, dude? Good to see you, King. So, yeah, this is one of the wilder things going on. So basically, one of the wilder things that's going on right now, Trump announced that starting on February 1st, oh, that's my birthday. Wow, that's going to be a lovely birthday present. All of the above-mentioned countries, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and Finland, will be charged a 10% tariff on any and all goods sent to the United States of America. This is about Greenland. This is about Greenland. Now, after centuries, it is time for Denmark to give back. World peace is at stake. China and Russia want Greenland. That is true. And there's not a thing that Denmark can do about it. Also true. China and Russia, let's see. They currently have 2 dog sleds as protection. One added recently. Dude, you got that's so ridiculous. There's no way that is actually accurate, but that is so funny. That is so funny. The one added recently. You gotta say this. For as much as you could disagree with Trump, that is a liner. That is a banger. That guy, that is comedy. Oh my gosh. Wow, one added recently. Only the United States of America under President Donald J. Trump, all right, got it, can play in this game. He is right, and very successfully at that. America under nobody will touch the sacred piece of land, especially since the national security of the United States. Okay. these countries who are playing this very dangerous game have put a level of risk on that's not tenable or sustainable. Yeah. So the one thing about Greenland, this has been an ongoing problem for the better part of the last 10, 15, 20 years even. Greenland acts, interestingly, as like one of the last geographical barriers between the corridor between the United Kingdom and the United States, where Russia can actually get ships and namely submarines through. Um, and we would use and we genuinely can use Greenland from like a national security standpoint to keep a monitor on that. Not only that, but there's been ongoing conversations that, especially as like the northern ice caps have been receding and generally melting, that northern corridor has opened for a bunch of reasons, which one, great for shipping. Northern shipping lanes are now opening, but with shipping and with commerce comes also plenty of military interest. And Russia has extreme military interest there because they could then, if they own Greenland, Russia can kind of run the Arctic Circle. China also has plenty of interest there for very similar reasons. And they all, like China and Russia, individually and together, want as many launching points against the U.S. as close to the U.S. as possible. It's what they want because we have a couple very strong launching points against both of them in very close proximity to them, but they don't have many close to us. That was one of the reasons why we went into Venezuela and did what we did, because China and Russia were kind of cozying way too close up to the Maduro regime. And that's now happening. I mean, like, Greenland isn't cozy in the same way, but if China and Russia at some point decide to say whatever and tempt NATO, they might go into Greenland and they might genuinely try. They've been starting to put in bids for, I think, like mines and whatnot up in Greenland because there's strategic value to Greenland. There's strategic value to Greenland, and there's a lot of like resources in Greenland. So if China and or Russia decide someday that they're just going to take it, there is only one country that has the military capacity to prevent that. It is the United States of America. And if for whatever reason we don't do that at that time, we are giving up a critical piece of land to what has been and what will likely for the foreseeable future be a serious adversary. So there is actually a national security interest in Greenland, regardless of what Denmark says. So it's tough because, yes, you do respect national sovereignty. You do respect national sovereignty. But at the same time, our adversaries are not going to respect it either. So, I don't know. I will say Greenland is going to be one of the more interesting talking points for the next few years, likely, in my opinion, because it's already been one for the better part of the last 5 to 10 years. People just haven't realized it. It's been growing. It's been a serious and growing issue that people have been talking about when they actually... There are people that know what's going on with geopolitics. I'm not claiming to be one of them, but there are people that do. And I've heard Greenland from some of those people for the better part of the last 5 years. So this is not a new issue. This is just a new issue for the public to have in the regular discourse. What else? For some reason, X has decided that their next big thing, like X is a great platform. Twitter was great. You know, we kind of cracked the code. Short form blurbs, right? Maybe a long form post, but maybe mostly short form blurbs. They are promoting the hell out of articles. Why they want to make X Substack 2.0, couldn't tell you. Really couldn't tell you. But articles are getting slammed out of their minds. They're not even like that great. There's no scroll feature. They're not that much better than just a normal long form post. Like I really don't understand why they feel that they have to shove articles down our throats. There must be something going on. But they're trying. They're trying to make sure that everyone and their mother reads and uses articles. And it's just Substack 2.0. Like why are we trying to mimic something that didn't work? And they're actually offering X is offering whoever writes the biggest article on the platform over the course of the next month $1 million. $1 million. Meanwhile, spaces don't work. Meanwhile, their live streams could use more feature sets. Could be a little bit more workable. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, 1 million for users, right? Like at least they're gonna pay a user $1 million, but I don't know if this is the kind of thing that I want to see on my feed. Like, I don't read articles. When I see them, I rarely ever tap into them because they're rarely ever actually useful. And everything that's in an article, generally speaking, could have just been put into a long form post exactly the same. Like, it's kind of unnecessary. I don't know. I'm just a little bit skeptic that this is the way to go. But hey, they killed out InfoFi, drastically improved the feed. So let's just say out of the last week, 2 out of the 3 big changes have been pretty positive. So I'll let this one slide, and we'll see how this one goes over the course of the next, month or so, as they pay out some guy $1 million. Yeah, what is this at? Because this was the article that went super viral. I think this was outside of the million. I think this was outside of the $1 million. So I think this guy actually is not up for the $1 million prize, but maybe, which if so is tough because I think he launched this 2 or 3 days before the $1 million prize was announced. And it's the single most viral article ever posted by a long mile. And we're talking 150 million impressions, 250,000 likes. Incredible impression. It's not incredible. It's pretty good. Impression to like ratio. How many bookmarks? I think it's a stupid amount of bookmarks. Wow, wow, geez. Oh my gosh, there's so much words. 700,000 bookmarks. Holy bookmarks. Wow. Okay. Jeez, dude. This, including myself, right? People who are going to bookmark this and then never read the actual article. This is one of the biggest problems that we're having in American capitalism today, all right, with American capital markets. And there's a reason why socialism is generally on the rise. This is one of the biggest problems. There is, I think Carbon talks about this. Let me see. Do I also have that one bookmarked? Right. Carbon talks about, actually, wait, did he link it in that one? No. Okay, so we'll go back to this. There's a reason why socialism is growing so much in the United States, and it's because I think the social contract of capitalism is kind of breaking. Carbon has a great post on this. This was from November of last year. He posted that boomers got to buy Apple at a 1.8 billion market cap, MCD at 33 million market cap, Microsoft, I think that's McDonald's, Microsoft 780 million market. Wait, what's that actually? MCD? Is that McDonald's? I need to cut myself off. Wow. They actually got to buy. Oh my God. Wait, what is that at? MK market cap. Market cap. Jeez. Oh my gosh. So boomers got to buy Apple at a $1.8 billion market cap. I think it's in the trillions. McDonald's at $33 million market cap. It is now at $220 billion. Microsoft at 780 mil market cap. Intel, 58 mil. HD, 60 mil. Nike, 220. Amazon, 438 mil. eBay, 700 mil. Average return, 4,175x. For every dollar you're putting in, you're coming back with 4,000 plus. And the good IPOs that millennials have had access to, Cart, Burke, ARM, Kyvo, the average return is like 2%. You have a couple outliers, right? You have Facebook and Tesla, which were pretty good. but even they were, less than 20x on average. I mean, Tesla, big, right? Tesla had a big return. So if you got in on Tesla early, great, you nailed it. But if you picked one good, you had one chance as a millennial, one, and it was Tesla. That was it. That was it. And now, here's where it gets worse. Now we're going to have OpenAI have an IPO at some point in the next year, very likely. Their target is a $1 trillion market cap. So we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars worth of investment are going to be going into OpenAI when they actually choose to IPO, assuming that they do in 2026. And this is a company where it's like they should have gone public way earlier. They really should have. I mean, like, maybe not should have, but it would have been nice if they went public way earlier. And the public, the average trader, mom and dad, could have gone on their favorite stock platform of choice and bought into their IPO way lower and experienced this run up alongside the institutional investors. But that's not what happened. Wall Street, the guys in suits, all up and down Wall Street, those are the guys, and in Silicon Valley, those are the guys that got to invest in all the private rounds of OpenAI. And they're the ones that are seeing unbelievable exponential explosion. And they're seeing their portfolios go through the roof, but it's all private. You can't, like, a normal dude can't access that. You do not have literally do not have the qualifications to access those types of deals. And you don't have the connections to access those kinds of deals. And you don't have the capital. So no one, like, I can't just put $10,000 from my savings into the IPO of OpenAI and just say, I'm going to take my swing as a young American investor. Can't do that anymore. Hasn't happened. And that is why, like, you wonder, why is socialism picking up in America? It's because when the people of America don't have a stake in the upside that capitalism is bringing, if they're not experiencing the portfolio growth, they're like, what does it have for me? What does it have for me? And you could say, well, it built the system. It built the reason why we have these buildings, the reason why we have the world we have today is because of capitalism. But that's not tangible. That's not something that you could feel. That's not, if you are experiencing hardship in your own life and you want to blame it elsewhere, it's pretty easy to point to a system that's not clearly and immediately serving you. And this social contract, the social contract of capitalism, where you kind of still want everyone to have some level of ability to have a stake in the upside that it is, when that's lost, might as well fight for something else. And this is why you're gonna see a lot of these tech guys start trying to do more public initiatives, because there's a growing realization in Silicon Valley and in the higher Wall Street circles that the public has just not gotten rich. The public has just not made any money. The wealth gap has gotten too large. And one of the keys to power and maintaining power in any society is that the gap between the haves and the have-nots cannot be large enough such that the haves are so far ahead of the have-nots that the have-nots feel that they have no other choice but to revolt. And if there's too many have-nots revolting, they do take away the haves, historically. Or at least they put a serious dent in it. So one of the keys to power is they need to fix this problem, and fast. And there is at least a realization that the public has not gotten rich enough, and it's time to help the public out. But it might be too little too late. What else we got? Some of these memes are crazy. What did I want to say? Oh, geez, there's so much here. Wow. Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, maybe I'll talk about this again, because after I talked about this post, it actually blew up. Wow. 9 million views. I talked about this post last week when this was at like 100 likes, and now it's at this. Some say I have a great sense for virality. Some say. Do I really want to talk about this again? Nah, I don't need to be honest. Some of these memes are unbelievable. So apparently there's a story that ICE agents went to a small town Mexican restaurant, had lunch, and then later that night came back, the same guys, and arrested the people that worked there, which is tough. I mean, that's a tough look. That is not great. That's like kind of bonkers, to say the least. But also, the memes are unbelievable. When the fajitas at lunch taste a little too good, something is wrong, but I'm very suspicious, but I can't just put my finger on it. I love this meme. This meme is an all-timer. One of the best memes to come out of 2025 was this one. Oh my God. Fantastic. Wow. The spice was a little bit too perfect. The jalapenos, a little fresh for my liking. I expected a little bit more commercialism in those fajitas. Those felt authentic. Oh, man. Oh, man. Do I want to talk about that? I'm going to come back to that if I have time. Probably we'll talk about this. Oh, I gotta talk about that. Okay, so we do have some stuff. We're going to spend another like 10, 20 minutes here and just kind of sprint through some of these. All right, we're going to go a little bit quick. A little bit fast. There was an insane stream the other day where you had in one kick live stream, Byron, whatever, Nick Fuentes, Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, is that JT Waller, Sneeko, and Clavicular. Literally the right-wing Avengers, which I think I might have inspired this post. I might have inspired this post because I said that like an hour before this. Just saying. Insane moment where all of these guys are all in one room. This is literally the right-wing Avengers. And I thought that this was, I have a hot take on this. I feel like this is the pico top of this movement. Because it was a little too much. Like they look so, I mean, it's just over the top. Like these guys just look corny. What? They're all dressed. I mean, this is just how Nick dresses. Tristan always puts on a suit like this. But these guys, like, it's so performative. That's the problem. It doesn't feel authentic. And if they're trying to shape conservative opinions in the United States, like, it's just not it. Like, this is, it feels like an aura loss. Like, this is a tremendous aura loss moment. I can't put my finger on it, but it feels off. I don't know how you inspire the next generation to be like, I'm going to vote for that guy. And this is the squad that you're rolling with. Like, excuse me. I just don't see it. I really don't. Like the aura loss is almost tangible. And they had a video circulating of, they got the DJ to play a certain song from Kanye West that you are probably aware of, glorifying a certain World War II leader. And it's just so performative. It's like, yeah. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't even feel like they actually believe it in the clips. Like it's so weak. Whoever planned this, I think this looked great on paper for the conservative movement. But at the same time, like, wow, it feels kind of pathetic. Yeah. So, weird decision by these guys. But then again, these guys are these guys. Weird decisions are kind of their MO. Yeah. I will say this, though. Short kings stay winning. All right. Like, I. He's not even that short. How tall is Fuentes? Let's find out. How tall is Nick Fuentes? All right. He is reported heights. Reported heights. Oh, wait. No, that's a Peruvian footballer. Okay. 5'9" or 5'10" is what he's cited at. Yeah. 5'9", 5'10". So he's 5'9", 5. Wow, he looks short there. I am 5'5", dude. Like, I would be like here. Damn. I would be tough. I should get in that room because that would be a tough look for me. Short kings stay winning, though. Truly. But man, it's just like a who's who of just awful. My other hot take on this is I think Clavicular is on a fast track to being more hated than Jack Doherty. And that's saying a lot. Like, I actually really strongly disdain this guy and the stuff that he stands for. Like, it's just, oh yeah, just inject your stuff. Inject yourself with all kinds of steroids. You got to look smacks. You got to blow up your muscles full of literal garbage, like actual garbage. It's like kind of disgusting. Just go to the gym. Just go to the gym normally. Don't bone smash your face. Like, what are we talking about? This guy actually infuriates me. And he's also, on top of that, just an absolute horrible person to the women he dates. Like, disgusting. Disgusting. Anyway. I didn't even realize what I bookmarked when I bookmarked this. Piers Morgan has said that the United Kingdom should repurchase the United States. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. All right. Thank you, Piers Morgan, for your insightful opinion that I will promptly disregard. That is unbelievable. Oh my gosh. There has been this like rising way of writing to posts that's been coming out on a lot of these political posts where they'll just capitalize things, and I gotta read them in like a comedic voice. Breaking: freezing leftist morons now lighting illegal campfires right outside of ICE Minneapolis to stay warm. Pro tip: go home, get a job, and stop whining. Dude, like the way that they write these, it's comical. Writers are now pouring buckets of water right outside the driveway of ICE Minneapolis in order to slip and fall when they're attempting to make arrests. This is disgusting. These degenerates are getting away with way too much. One of the best quote tweets I've ever read. Rioters are painting false tunnels on the sides of mountains in order to make agents smash their trucks down into musical accordions. It's so ridiculous. The Roadrunner is added again. It's Wile E. Coyote tactics are being implemented in Minnesota to infiltrate and end the ICE regime. Like, it's like, oh my God, politics in America these days is just straight comedy. Some of the funniest stuff you've ever read. False tunnels into musical accordions. Oh man. Musical accordions, dog. Incredible. And the best, it gets better. The slop comments. The comments by people, like by AI, that can't parse the satire, can't parse the sarcasm. It gets crazier by the day. They really are doing. They're doing it all with the accordions. They're really pulling it off. Like because the AI can't read the sarcasm. Oh, I saw an anvil drop on one. Rioters are dropping pianos on agents' heads so their teeth turn into piano keys. I'm actually crying. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, I'm actually crying. That's so funny. I can't believe the protesters are putting up these barbaric traps for a patron. All right. Okay, we're done. We got to go to more posts. That's so much. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. What a post. What an unbelievable post. Being upset about unlicensed campfires in the winter is spiritually British. Dude. Oh my god, I'm choking. That's unreal. That's too funny, man. That is actually way too funny. Wow. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that one. Oh, I think we'll go through like 2 or 3 more posts. Wow. That one took a lot out of me. This one's longer. So maybe we'll go on that one. Oh, this one's crazy. This one's crazy.
As bad as yours.
So we've got here I posted this. I wanted to share this one because I laughed a little too hard at this one. One Gen Z woman against 20 war veterans saying that her trauma is somehow worse.
My trauma is as bad as yours. Oh. And then your boyfriend of 3 years dumps you, all in a 4-month period.
One of our trucks hit a mine outside Da Nang. 1 minute, Petey was cracking jokes, and the next, half of them was hanging off a tree. You ever hear a man scream with no lungs?
Oh my god. I shouldn't laugh at this. That's awful. That's so bad. Oh my god, his face. That is so disturbing and dark. See, like I really feel like I got off lucky by being born into this generation, man. I didn't have to worry about the draft. I didn't have to go to Vietnam and fight a horrific political battle. I mean, this is crazy. She got cooked. There's no way she sat down for this and didn't realize she was going to get absolutely destroyed. You ever hear a man try and scream with no lungs? Jeez, dude. Jeez. I laughed way too hard at this the first time I heard it because it's just so startling. It's so startlingly dark. And I just don't know how to react to that. I mean, dang. Like, jeez. Twitter is so crazy, dude. It really is. It really is. Also, yeah, I want to talk about this. So, yeah, hold on, let me see. I think there was another one. 49ers non-contact injury Seahawks. Let me pull this one up. Yeah. So this past weekend, 49ers tight end Jake Tongs, or Tongus, whatever. 49ers tight end Jake Tongs limped off the field with a non-contact injury. This has been a string of non-contact injuries, kind of belaboring the 49ers. And there's actually some like kind of citizen journalism investigation going on into what's happening over at the 49ers. The 49ers practice facility sits right next to a major electrical substation. It's a big one. Like the red here is all one electrical substation, field, plant, whatever. The yellow is where 49ers players spend their work days. The 49ers, over the past several years, have had an outstandingly high number of non-contact injuries as compared to the rest of the league. Like just statistically speaking, you have a 52-man roster. You have the guys playing and practicing roughly the exact same amount every year. And for whatever reason, across multiple coaching staffs, across multiple health and fitness staffs, like every other team in the league, the 49ers have had a higher injury rate than every other team in the league. And players are kind of like dropping randomly for soft tissue, non-contact injuries kind of regularly with the 49ers. And people are starting to think that it's the 49ers are actually injuring their players by practicing so close to an EMF substation, an EMF center. And there might be science to back this up. Let me see if I can find the original post, because this went super viral. And it's like, it's one of those things where the first time you think, oh, maybe. And then the second and third and the fourth time, you're like, huh. Is that the post? I'm thinking it's this one. Well, there's a bunch of them. So let's talk about this. Let's see. 49ers are statistically broken. 2,036 games missed by their players since 2017, which is an NFL record. 28 ACL tears in 10 years. This is AI, but still. But the expansion of the substation in 2014 coincides with the start of the Niners' injury problems. Like, this is actually kind of fascinating. There are very few case studies where we get long-term professional health, like actual professional players. These are peak athletes. Like, this is crazy. These non-contact. He cuts. Gone. There it goes. There it goes. Reportedly, some NFL players, I mean, this might be total BS, but yeah, we'll just keep going. Yeah, there's just something, there's like an actual, Dove Kleeman, even though I'll say this guy's awful, maybe the single worst poster in NFL history, but NFL players have started to reach out to their agents about the location of the 49ers practice field. Multiple players have spoken about the EMF, and some agents think that this might impact the 49ers' ability to attract or retain free agents. I mean, that might be oversold, but maybe. One agent told the Post that he thinks the Niners might have to move their practice field. Another agent mentioned that he wondered why his clients had taken longer to heal while playing for the 49ers. If that's accurate, that's pretty wild. There is serious concern about this, like actual serious concern that the 49ers players might be getting long-term radiation, like electromagnetic field radiation of some kind or whatever, that's actually messing with their bodies. Normally, I would chalk this stuff up to like, just more conspiracy crap, but the numbers seem to be pretty straightforward. And I mean, it's like every other week, there's a 49er player literally dropping like flies.
Oh, man. Ouch. Oh, man.
It sucks for him. I don't know. Something to think about. Something to think about. Let's see. Anything else I want to talk about? He called her 7 to her face? That's disgusting. Wait, hold on. I got to hear this one-liner.
I thought I was like at least an 8.
Yeah.
That's kind of rude.
That's kind of rude. That's kind of rude.
Wow, what an awful group of people. That's terrible. You could see that she's like still really embarrassed by that he called her a 7 on a live stream to like tons and tons of people. This is tasteless. I jeez. That's just tasteless. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know why people actually like these guys. It's not even funny. That's not funny. It's not really all that interesting. It's just a dude making fun of a woman. Like, all right, great. How do people find that entertaining? Those are probably like the 3 worst dudes. That is just off-putting. And you could literally see on her face the like, I'm smiling because I'm here, but what the hell was that about? Like even the one-liner to try and cut the tension still made her feel pretty crappy because it didn't help her at all. It just made her feel even worse. Just like awful stuff. Wow. Yeah, man. That whole right-wing Avengers thing that went down the other day, I don't vibe with that. I don't think that was the move. I don't think that was smart. I mean, you gotta say, like, the Door Brothers, I'm not even gonna play the audio from this one because you can guess what song that they're playing. It's Ye's band. He's just like, that's so cringe, dude. That's so cringe, Myron. He thinks it's cool, but it's just cringe. There is no video that we could possibly create. Like, dude, what is he doing? Create to make this look more pathetic than it is pathetic. Like, it's actually pathetic. And then you have the Door Brothers. These guys are literally known. They're known for being excellent political commentators in terms of, actually like putting together good videos that are funny. I mean, this is great. This is great. It looks absurd. It's funny. It's ridiculous. And it kind of comments on both the right and the left. It's actually well put together. These guys have taste in comedy and politics. Like, they get it. Or at least they know how to, like, comment on it. And if they're like, yeah, this is already absurd enough. This is already absurd enough for me to be like, yeah, there's nothing we could do. This is already ridiculous. Tells you all you need to know. Like, this right-wing Avengers bullcrap, not it. Not it. The internet went too far. So yeah, that's for sure. All right, we're going to end it there, I guess, on that bombshell. Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, wow. As of 4 minutes ago, gold hit a new high. It's still going? It's still going. What? I thought that was done. Damn, I have no words. I mean, shout out gold and the people that have been shilling that for 7,000 plus years. Since like Mesopotamia. Hodl. Wow, gold on a hell of a run. That's actually absurd. Huh. I don't have any like real commentary on that. I wish I did because it's just, I think we're all sidelined. Like, how many people, especially in crypto, how many people are buying gold? I mean, I wear gold, But how many people do you know that are actually buying tons of gold? There are the conspiracy theorist guys that are literally buying bricks of gold and then throwing it actually in their backyards, like actually burying it in multiple different scattered piles in their backyards. Those guys are like, I was right. I knew I'd be right. I knew I'd be right. That's why I bought. Man, that is the worst Southern accent ever. That's why I bought all this gold. Buried it in my backyard. And those guys are cooking. But other than that, like Tom from, I don't know, 2nd and 38th in Manhattan, definitely not seeing any of this. Definitely not seeing any of this price appreciation. Tom is not enjoying this. This is not his play on the stock market, that's for sure. But good for gold holders, I guess. Wow, that's crazy. Can trade it on Ostium, I guess. Returns on gold are nothing compared to crypto. I mean, you say that, but at least, I mean, it's 2.5xing on infinite size. Better than a lot of altcoins did. I'll say that. At least over the past year or two. So you might be right, but also, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, all right, we'll wrap it up there. That's just, I could not believe I saw that. All right, that's going to be it for tonight, ladies and gents. I hope I see you guys on Tuesday. And if you guys check out my Instagram, I, again, am live on Instagram, which is crazy. Crazy. Let me just see. We actually have some likes. We have two likes. 2. All right. 820. 20 likes. Blowing up. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your nights, and I'll see you guys Tuesday.